Bench Opinions. Three idiots with amateur analysis.
Welcome to another episode of Bench Opinions, everyone. What a week episode. It's Friday. You've got Dom, Klaus, and myself, Max here. Don't look at me like that, Klaus. Klaus always looks at me like after I do an introduction like, is that all that you've got for me? Can you not muster any more energy? And no, I can't. I feel like that's already very fake. Because if I did it originally, I'd be like, right, we're back. And no one likes that.
Like a one-on-one meeting at work when you have to tell the dimwit in your team that he's a dimwit.
You have to do like...
Hi, let's get through fucking the pleasantries here.
Yeah, you do like, what is it? It's like 5 minutes of small talk.
Yeah.
And then someone claps there and said, right, should we get to the nitty-gritty here? This is not the nitty-gritty. This is the opposite of the nitty-gritty. This is when we talk about our observations in the world, what we've experienced in the last week, and just generally how we are and what we're feeling. So since you're staring at me and staring a hole through me, you can start, Klaus, and just... What's on your mind?
Well, the first thing that's on my mind is, for anybody who's noticed, Maxi is no longer wearing a boot.
Hey!
Today is day one of bootlessness.
I wasn't wearing one in last week's podcast either, but I was still medically ordered to.
And people knew that.
Okay.
They could... Because they've been counting the weeks.
True.
Because you had said how long you would have it on. We've got some loyal supporters who really know what your medical condition is.
Tomorrow's 8 weeks since my operation, meaning I get to walk around without the boot. And just as we're saying this, it's actually starting to hurt a little bit in the back of my Achilles. But that might be phantom pains.
I think phantom pains is if your Achilles were like not longer part of your body. Isn't it like when you have an amputated arm and then you have phantom pains, like you feel like your hand hurts?
That can be one of it, but it's also like when they put like a rubber hand there and they hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, your actual hand.
Your actual hand like hurts.
Is that also called a phantom pain?
It's like Phantom of the Opera.
And accountability, I did not know that.
I think so. Well, could be talking absolute shit, but I've seen that in a video.
Somebody in the comments can answer that for us.
Yeah.
Costa.
No, this is I'm not back to full fitness after this, but it was good enough for me already on the weekend to do a lot of walking around, being active. It's tough these days because I can already put full weight on it even when I have the boot on. And then people see me walk with my crutches in my hands, like just normally, because I get around easier.
Are you trying to get special parking?
The crutches are essentially just...
So you don't get pushed in the train.
So when you said people need to have the right paraphernalia, this is why I have the crutches. So people get up when they see me and offer me their seat. Talking about that whole thing, because I feel like now I'm super hyper aware in the tram when it comes to anything, because I know I can tell you these stories. I saw a woman use a lady in a wheelchair as a almost battering ram. To try and keep a train door open.
Oh, she shoved it in there like a wedge.
She just shoved her feet in. It was going red, and she just sort of ran and like tried to jam her in there. And I was like, I wonder if this lady can say anything about that, or if it's just like she does this all the time.
No, she doesn't need her feet anyway.
Yeah, it didn't work, needless to say. But I thought that was like an interesting sort of use of another human.
Yes, that must be. Imagine the lady's legs get stuck in the door and she gets pulled out of the fucking wheelchair, and now your mind has essentially done this to you. Yes, that would be cuck.
Yeah, I literally like gasped when I saw it happen because I had my earphones and I was still standing on the platform because she walked along the part of the train for a long time, and only when it started like beeping and the doors closed did she decide to veer in and try and jam the lady in there. And I was like, oh God, that was my exclamation.
But now what happened? She just T-boned the tram, or did she actually get in? Or?
It was the S-Bahn, but she half got like the front of her feet in.
Okay.
But those doors didn't like open again afterwards. It was those old trams that then just stay closed on the feet.
Yeah.
And then you have to like physically pull the door open. And there was no one to do that because she was ramming, and the person in the ram, the person being the ram, was not able to do anything. And no one else helped.
So eventually she just wiggled her feet free.
Eventually she just pulled her back and like looked around and laughed a little bit. And I was like, woman, don't look at me. I'm not fucking laughing with you about this.
You hear a lot of stories about like they are obviously anyone who helps anyone who's disabled and is there for them is, I take my hat off to you. But there are a lot of stories about sort of in Premier League stadiums
Oh, really?
And football stadiums, people like essentially because if you have a season ticket as a person with a wheelchair, and it's statistically way easier to get a season ticket at someone like Manchester United in the disabled section than it is to get it anywhere else. You obviously your minder automatically also has a season ticket. So there's like, I don't think they only do it for that reason, but there are some people that are like, I'll watch you every Saturday at 3 p.m.
So
What are you doing? Oh, you're going to Old Trafford. Oh, what a good coincidence.
So they rent a disabled person essentially to.
That's actually a good business model because it's tough when you are disabled to earn a good living, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting one.
So I think because it has dominated conversation over obviously the last 8 weeks. We brought it up a lot. For those of you who can't hear it anymore, I think it will decrease from now on until I hear something else. We noticed that the only one who's still missing a major injury is Dom. Touch wood, but the man's body is built different.
Yeah,
Your body's a temple.
that's not quite true. But it's maybe I put it through enough. Although you put your body through enough as well. So I don't know. I've just been lucky so far. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. I did 3 solid days of drinking right after each other. Thursday, just sort of spur of the moment with colleagues until like 1:30 in the morning. Friday with you until like 3 a.m. And then Saturday, CSD, Christopher Street Day, which was Pride Parade here in Berlin. And okay, that didn't go as long, but it started as 11 in the morning already. So the Thursday night one is a weird one because when you end up in you all know it, it's Mushy Obermeier. It's a dance bar here in Berlin, but if you end up there on a Thursday, it's
more bar than dance.
It's a dire situation because and the nice thing is we rocked up there 7 sheets to the wind, but you walk in there and there's still people sitting at their tables drinking. Like it's very, very sort of almost restaurant-y. And there was a DJ playing there, and I just couldn't. So obviously, if you're a DJ at a place like that on a Thursday night, I know you're not
David Guetta.
But I've never in my life had an experience with a DJ that was that bad. This man just miraculously knew how to suck energy out of a room, you know, and like he'd start playing the music he wanted to play, and like no one knew what it was, no one knew how to dance to it. I can't even describe it because it was upbeat, but it was just weird and it wasn't recognizable, you know. And in those sometimes on a Thursday night, now's not the time for you to play like your own mix set, you know. Just play some bangers.
Yeah, you do the mix set and your own music when you've made it.
Exactly.
You got to fight your way to the top with a bit of fucking Whitney Houston.
Yeah. And then every now and then people would request a song from him and he'd play it and the dance floor would fill up. The 6 people that were there and the 4 of us.
The 10 people that
I was hopping around on one leg. It was very entertaining for myself. And then immediately after that, he'd go back to his own music and it would be like someone had farted on the dance floor. It just... people evaporated.
It's the whole art of DJing this man has obviously not gathered.
Yeah.
It's like once you get a bit of momentum, it's like building and then dropping people down again, then building again.
And if every now and again, if you have like, let's say you have a catalog of like 20 songs that you have produced yourself, on a night like that, you can sneak in your 3 best ones, max.
Yeah.
Only those 3. Because then someone might be like, oh, I wonder what that was. That's quite cool. Who are you? What's your name? Can I find you on Spotify? Now I was like... you need to be sent away from this country.
You need to be sent away from this country. But I've never understood the incessant...
What the fuck?
The incessant need...
Just to clarify.
And his name was like Joachim Müller.
That might be misunderstood. He was white.
And German.
And hopefully German.
I communicated with him in German. Ooh, that fucking went in a direction. I said, you need to be sent, and I just sort of, listen.
Afro house party. Maxi was at an Afro house party and was upset that there was some guy playing. I'm kidding, it wasn't. I'm twisting the story. Anyway,
Sent into exile.
to quickly digress. To quickly deflect, I have never understood the incessance of places to just be like, let's book a DJ.
Yeah.
It'll be like, dude, just fucking... have you heard of Spotify playlist, bro? Just
literally.
because it would have had the same effect and turned the music up a little.
You add it to a queue.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you don't have to pay anyone.
Yeah.
And listen, all respect to DJs and those who do it well. There are a lot that do it well, and like you said, there's people who like literally read a crowd, will play some music just to get people more and more involved. But he wasn't one of them. He might have, for all I know, he might have just been a bartender or a dude making food in the kitchen who they were like, dude, the guy canceled. Can you come up to the front? And he said, thank God, I've been working on a lot of stuff.
There's a reason he's got the Thursday slot.
Yeah.
Thursday's not even that bad, bro. This guy needs to go. I remember what the Monday guys like. Bro.
I don't think that place is open on a Monday.
Oh, I mean, it was bad on a Thursday.
It's like those new radio DJs who get the 2 a.m. slot.
I was almost there. I remember I wanted to do a bit of radio work back in the day, and then I was at Rock FM. And I swear there was like 6 people that listened.
Yeah.
And I was the assistant on the drive show.
Yeah.
Read the traffic.
I remember.
The nice thing
listening
on
to
the
you.
radio is you don't necessarily see in real time
True.
how many people are listening. So in your head, you could be like, thousands are listening to this.
Yeah.
This guy literally saw people almost like grab their jacket and leave. The only reason I didn't is because I like drinking and I wanted to stay. And I just had a hope that he would turn it around. Yeah. And then so I went home with this girl, the colleague of mine. She lives on the way, and usually we have the deal that like we alternate who pays for Ubers, and we drop her off on the way, and then we drop, and I get dropped afterwards. And this time, for some reason, she just booked an Uber like only to her place. And when we got there, the guy was like, "Oh no, sorry, I haven't booked other rides." And then I looked around at my best way home, and the next tram was only coming in like 25 minutes. Then I thought of walking, and then I was like, no. And then I got on a Lime scooter there with my boot and my crutches.
Oh my God.
And I tucked those crutches in like a fucking skier
Like Eddie the fucking eagle.
under my arms there, and I was fucking
Yes, bro.
Slipstream.
hauling down.
You're lucky it wasn't cold. You would have had to take your fucking shoes off as well.
I was hauling down Prenzlauer Allee at pace, but I had to stop like every 15 meters because my crutches kept slipping. So it was
So it took you 25 minutes
took me
to get
quite
up.
long. But it was exhilarating.
How was the little bit of CSD that you managed to?
Oh, it was a good time.
Was it good?
I was actually not. I didn't intend on going because obviously, like getting around on crutches was quite a mission. But then you went to the rooftop party. There might not have been female reasons why I stayed at that party. But I was like, yeah, dude, I'm definitely going to CSD. Huh? What? Of course.
Are you going?
Yeah.
If
Are you
you're
going? If you're going, I'm
yeah,
going.
I was always intending on
always
going. Yeah.
Fine, you can come.
And we went the usual. We went to Nollendorfplatz and then actually followed trucks.
Okay.
And it was, I mean, the fact that it didn't rain this summer is a miracle. But I didn't eat anything the whole day, and that really just slapped me in the face.
That's not a good foundation for
No, because then, so we didn't go all the way to the main, I don't know, finish point, which is unter den Linden, or what's that?
Straße des 17.
Yeah,
Julis or whatever.
which is like between the two monuments there. We stopped in front of the Mexican embassy, which had some great vibes going.
Tequila?
No. And then eventually everyone was like, all right, we'll go back to this place with a rooftop. And something kicked in then, because then I couldn't string sentences together anymore. Like people would ask me something and I understood their question. I just couldn't
Respond.
I couldn't get words out. So then I was like, let me try this in English. And then I was just stammering even more, and I was like, I'm just going to keep quiet. I'm doing myself no favors. Yeah.
All right, sounds like a successful day.
Yeah.
You also said nothing about CSD. Oh, I suppose you did.
Well, I mean, what else do you want me to say?
It's like, so it's the same as every year.
Yeah, I mean, there's always like people that are like, okay, this oak is definitely here for the vibes. I always find it like, I find the self-confidence to go completely naked is unreal.
Yeah.
And it's always like some like semi-old guy who's like completely starkers and has a backpack on, a hat,
Yeah.
and some shoes, and other than that,
Nothing
just
else.
completely naked.
Because that's true. It is, like logistically, like if you're going to go to something completely naked, like where do you put stuff? Yeah.
Can't go there naked.
No.
Can't get in the Uber naked. I don't think they let you.
No. And
Even
Uber,
on
the
CSD.
average Uber driver here in
Yeah.
Berlin, think about it. He's not letting a fucking 65-year-old
No.
naked guy called Georg, who's probably painted bright purple, get in his cab.
And then the question is, do you want to sit on a public transport seat naked?
Yeah, man, you're gonna
Probably
contract
not.
all the
I think
things,
if
bro.
you're running around butt naked at a festival, I don't think sitting naked on a public transport.
Well, I don't
is
actually think it's allowed.
that high on your list. Well, I don't think walking around publicly is allowed.
No, I think the cops look the other way on days. All they on those days.
Or they look right at it.
They're like
Yeah, because it's also
a slung.
if for the men out there, they also know that there's only so much you can do naturally to not make yourself look a little bit cold. And this man looked freezing.
Hey, listen, man.
Maybe that's his natural state.
Yeah. Well, listen, and that's why I just thought to myself, I was like, the self-confidence this guy has is unreal. Like
Yeah.
that is props to him, man.
My girlfriend Zanya and a couple of her friends went.
True.
And she said that they had a little thing going where they were counting how many willies they saw.
Oh, yeah?
They got to 11.
11 willies.
11 willies.
they saw.
I only saw one.
Okay.
No, but
No, you were not standing on the right spot there. Bro.
no.
How many nipples did they see?
She said, actually, funny enough, not that many.
No.
Okay.
Probably more than 11. But
Crazy, because they come in twos usually.
thanks, Klaus.
God. So it would have had to be an even number.
Yeah, exactly. If you had come with 13, I would have been very wary of that.
But I miss you guys. You know, we've had good traditions of keeping that stuff alive. I was pretty convinced I wasn't going this year, but you know.
I have to be honest. The activity that I chose was like essentially anti-CSD.
Yeah, you went to go play golf
Yeah.
and then just had a few beers.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a very like hetero thing. I must say I didn't miss it at all, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It's quite an intense thing when I think about it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, when you're there, you're just like, these street parties in Berlin are just
Yeah,
the
it's
most
crazy.
fun.
It's unlike any other city in the world,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just you just drink way too much.
The upside though is that when you're in like some of the areas where we would go have beers, etc., everything was empty. It was amazing. You could get a table at any spot,
True.
have a beer. You know, whereas usually on a Saturday around Eberswald, that's can be a bit tricky to
Yeah.
get a good spot. So that was quite nice.
Yeah.
In terms of street parties, do you prefer the 1st of May or CSD?
I prefer CSD. Although I've had very similar experiences with both. I prefer CSD in the sense that there's a little bit of a route. You can keep moving. Like,
Yeah.
1st of May, you can as well. But like, 1st of May is also, I would even hazard, it's even more chaotic.
Yeah.
Because it's just like little satellite parties. There's very little structure planned to it.
And it's usually just some dude who's got the biggest speaker at home
Yeah.
who's like, I'm a DJ here.
And then some hippies trying to
And
make
then, like-
money off me.
Yeah. And then 5 meters further, there's another dude playing completely different beat.
Yeah.
And then you're like stuck between these two things. It is a good time, but it's, I would say CSD as well. It's
You?
Klaus doesn't care where the party is.
I just like a party. I don't know. I would also say CSD. That being said, the best party I've ever had in terms of street parties is 1st of May.
Yeah.
But that was maybe just a one-time thing. When I'd have to count all of them together, then CSD is probably going to
Because
take
then you do
the
have
cake,
the whole, what's the new one? The Rave the Planet now.
which is
Yeah.
like a week or two before.
Which
I think
is
that's 2
essentially
weeks, yeah, 2
exactly
weeks
the same
before.
fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to, I think, be Love Parade, right? Or like
Yeah, exactly,
under a
like
new
a-
umbrella.
But it is exactly the same. Fucking
Yeah. And then you've got Carnaval der Kulturen, but that's not the same at all. That's a street party, but it's not. No one's running around naked there.
A lot of food stalls there.
Yeah.
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 Other sausages.
We went out on Friday night, Klaus and I, which was supposed to be, we just went out for what was supposed to be like a few beers.
Yeah.
And ended up like proper drunk.
Just a little catch up.
And we started at Gestrandet, and there was a bachelor party there from the UK, the poshest guys you've ever seen. in
No,
your
you're
life.
joking, really.
Yeah.
At Gestrandet.
At Gestrandet.
That's one of the Gestrandet is, for anyone who hasn't been there, it is the perfect place that really, really has the element of like being on the water, but it's fucking, you're under a bridge, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's like one of these weird places where it's like obviously the perfect setting and really cool.
Yeah.
And over the years it's really developed. So hats off to the guy, because it seems like he's just sort of picked away, and now they've got like,
Like those shade sails
Yeah,
that they
exactly.
can roll out. And
so there's definitely been some really real progress there, but it's quite funny because
they also have no standard about the customer that they let in
No.
and tolerate, because there was one dude, I assume he was the groom or whatever. he at one point they were so drunk. This guy was standing at the bar and he just pulled his jeans down and was just standing there with his willy out.
Really?
Yeah. I told you this, but you were facing them with your back.
I was facing them with my back.
You had your back turned to them.
Maybe he thought it was day early for CSD there, bro.
Yeah,
But
he also had cricket pads on, which made the whole the whole image a lot stranger. Like he had cricket gloves and like pads, but he pulled his shorts down or his jeans down to there, and then he stood there for a while, and then his mate like had to like half get him dressed, but he was so drunk he couldn't like grip him properly. It was a bit of a shit show.
I've never understood the people coming to Berlin for
It's the worst place to come for a
bachelor
stag
parties
party.
particularly. Like hen parties you can get away with because girls you get into clubs, but here any bouncer will look at you and be like, not a chance.
There's no way you can get in.
No.
And then what's the
Except
point?
Matrix. And then you might as well just fucking
Yeah.
party in someone's garage.
Well, then, what are the best cities for bachelor parties? I think Prague is pretty good. But I think
Did I ever to tell you the story about the bachelor party we saw in Galway?
no.
Dude, this thing was wild.
So we were sitting. So it was like 5:00 on a Saturday, and we were in Galway, and there was a bit of football on. And I said to Klaus, "Let's grab a bite to eat somewhere." I found a cool spot, and then let's just have a couple drinks. And we get there, and there's like this table of like 15 dudes that have been drinking for a long fucking time, and they just proceed to get more and more rowdy, and they're drinking. All of them are drinking this fucking strawberry daiquiris, the frozen ones out the pitchers.
no.
So all of them have like, their mouths, they look like children that have been to Gold Reef City. Just like,
They all look like Dracula.
yeah, dude. And then at some point, they're sort of all standing around, but they're so drunk that they can't really communicate to each other. So at some point, the one guy, you can see the one guy is trying to fucking think of something to do or say, and he just reaches over to the pitcher. There's the groom, and just takes the pitcher and pulls the guy's pants open and pours the pitcher of strawberry daiquiri down his pants.
But the stag does nothing to defend
No,
himself.
no,
He's
he
just like,
thinks
oh
it's
yeah,
hilarious.
let's go. And then now everybody's pouring their strawberry daiquiri
Yeah,
down his
yeah.
pants. Now it looks like he's had a massive period. And the
Took 3 minutes. The bouncer came and was like, out.
yeah.
I don't
then
know
I
what the end goal is with those
And
kind
then
of things because
I said to Klaus, if that's me and you guys have taken me to my bachelor party somewhere as cool as Galway and stuff, I feel like there's a responsibility to make sure that I get past fucking 5:00, first of all.
yeah,
And second of all, that I can get into anywhere.
I think this is the big problem.
Because anywhere else you go, no fucking bouncer's going to look at that guy
Yeah.
with 6 liters of strawberry daiquiri down his pants and be like, you're not going to cause any shit here.
I mean, it only took the bouncer in Munich 2 seconds to look at him after Oktoberfest, which was only like 4 hours, and was like, no.
And that didn't even cause any problems.
Well, I mean, you cause problems by like having your eyes half closed.
Well,
And we prepped you beforehand
I
saying,
got you in, don't worry, bro.
pull yourself together. And you said, okay.
all I did was fall asleep.
You were very apologetic, shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get that. That's...
No, I think it's listen, the overexcitement I think of those trips can probably get to you, and then you get carried away a little bit. We were at that bachelor party in Croatia, but we didn't have anything planned for the evenings like club nights and stuff like that. So we got pretty drunk as well.
Yeah.
Just sitting there and drinking. Because
I think-
what else do you do during the day?
I think the problem is also that like a lot of the times, obviously, a lot of it centers around giving the groom alcohol.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like,
That's the problem.
I'm like, this guy needs to remember this for the rest of his life. That bra didn't remember fuck all. The only thing he'll wake up with is sticky nuts the next morning.
That's true. So then the
And
only
or massive rash.
Yeah.
if then if you're looking for a place that you can sort of almost behave like an absolute lunatic, then you're
Stay in the UK.
your best bet is probably like somewhere like Mallorca, Ballermann, because they're those big like beer halls.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people are so drunk,
100%.
and it's just all stag dudes and people. And like, I'm not to say this with no respect whatsoever, the bit of humanity, just meeting up and drinking together.
Yeah, or you have to go, like, I think there are cities that do cater for it. Like Prague is a city that caters for it.
Yeah.
And
What
about
you can
Budapest?
Go, huh?
Budapest.
I think as well.
Yeah.
And I think there you can go to, there's definitely things that are offered to bachelor groups.
Exactly.
And then you're all right. But I
Yeah.
think if you're going to just roam a city and behave that way, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Especially somewhere in Eastern Europe, you might want to just like steer clear of like.
Yeah. We were propositioned a couple times there in Riga by random Russian guys. Remember, at night would be like, strip club? And I'd be like, not a chance, my bro. Not a chance. It's minus 30 degrees. And you seem very Russian. This seems like a trap.
It seems like Taken, but we don't have Liam Neeson to come find us.
But then I think like 4 or 5 times a night they would proposition us. At some point I turned to Costa, who was standing there, and I was like, is it legal? He's like, no.
Oh, really?
I think he said no, yeah.
Strip clubs aren't legal.
I think he said that, yeah.
Or do we mean like brothels?
Or maybe. But it's all
Yeah.
the same. Depends how much you want.
It's not.
Depends how much you want to pay, bro. Ask and thou shalt receive. I've never been to a strip club.
Well, then there's an expert talking here. I mean, I've been twice, and
Yeah.
I was very uncomfortable both times I've been there. Because
You went to the Creme de la Creme Lollipop Lounge there.
Yes.
Did you?
Years ago.
I've heard they had a great buffet.
No, that was the Grand.
Oh, that was the Grand.
Yeah,
You didn't want to eat at the Lollipop Lounge.
No. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I feel so how do I say, naive and so pure that I haven't been to.
I don't think you'd do very well because
hate
you
it.
actually, it's illegal to have your phone out or like,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean, you just out of reflex sometimes just get your phone out and
Yeah,
you'd be out of there in less time than the guy who had strawberry daiquiri down his pants.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I also would not know what to fucking do. I wouldn't know where to look.
It's very weird.
Well, I mean, it's a very, like, I think, no, I mean, I don't know
the
where.
point is
Just
that
look at their tits, bro. Is that what you want to say?
No, I mean, that
them
was
in the
going the
eyes.
same way as when I told the DJ to leave the country. So, I just left it.
Oh, good God.
Klaus, anything you want to regale us with? You went to go watch a running race on the weekend.
Yeah, and essentially what they've done is because they've blocked off some of the streets for CSD, they then go like, oh, this is a good opportunity to also run a 10K along the same streets. And so I went to go watch a 10K, and the dude who finished first finished it in 28 minutes and 40 seconds, which was a new record for that track.
That's wild.
I'm like,
What car was he driving?
these oaks are motoring, and he was German. He wasn't even Kenyan. The guy who was second was Kenyan.
Oh, so German won it.
The German won it, yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised that's
I don't
not
know,
in like
Jakob or
national
something.
media because
Yeah.
they take any chance they get to literally be like, we are the greatest athletes in the world.
Yeah. Well,
No.
maybe have you been watching German television?
No, but I see it a lot in.
So maybe
one
that's why we
sees
missed it.
One sees it in football a lot. Dom will know what I mean here. If they find any reference with anyone playing to something in Germany, they'll make it. Like
2 years ago, he for 1 week played at Werder Bremen.
exactly, they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, this guy was in the youth academy at Bayern Munich." Yeah, but he left when he was like 15. And
Yeah.
yeah, but they'll find someone or
His
like
father was born in Kiel.
Did a stadium tour of Dortmund.
yeah.
They'll go as far as you want, bro.
Our receipts show he once bought something in the Bayern Munich fan shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll tie anything to
Made in
Germany.
Munich.
Yeah. I can't imagine watching a 10K is that entertaining. Obviously you went to go there to watch someone specifically,
Yeah.
but it's sort of similar to when we go watch Formula E in the sense that
You made it sound like you guys fucking regularly go watch Formula E.
when we went the one time.
We went one time.
When you went, yeah.
when
we go watch Formula E.
we went that one time and like you sit there and then these cars go by, it goes choo 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 choo, and then it's fucking empty and then you just sort of sit
You
there
wait for
and you
2
wait
minutes.
for 2 minutes and then they go choo choo choo, and then the most interesting thing was that back then there was still those stop oil protesters and one of them ran onto the track before the start and that was quite a hubbub.
Exciting.
But running seems, obviously it's not as quick, but like in essence the person that you're watching is like gone in like the matter of seconds.
Yeah, the problem was I also couldn't identify her in the masses. So half the time I'm trying to like analyze hundreds and hundreds of people running past, and then I was, the girl that I was watching ran with a friend.
Did she knew you were watching hers? Or was,
Yeah, no, she knew I was watching. And her
I'm just watching this girl.
and her, and her friend's wife was tracking him on like Find My Friends or
Yes.
Find My Phone or whatever. So then we had noticed, oh shit, they've already passed us. So I was like, no, I've come to watch. There's 2 opportunities. It's 10K, right? She runs the thing in like 44 minutes. There's no
It's
time.
not like a marathon where you can like
no, there's no like multiple stop.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to run faster and
Yeah,
get
bro.
there, bro.
No.
Not happening. This chick's too quick.
So you missed her at the first
So I
stop.
missed her at the first stop. I almost missed her at the second stop. And then it was like, she's like, oh, how did you not identify me? I was like, well, why are you wearing black? Everybody's wearing like black tops. It's too difficult to find you.
Yeah.
So I think I suggested it. She didn't think it was very funny. Tie a hot air balloon to her, like a helium balloon.
Oh,
Not
hot
a-
air
not-
balloon
not
to
a
get-
hot air balloon. Tie a helium balloon to her so I
Yeah.
can then track her. Like the other dude that we were watching, he had a red beanie on. I could see him from a mile away.
You ran in a beanie in the middle of summer.
Oh, God, that sounds
Yeah.
terrible. What about if you run in one of those T-Rex costumes?
Or one of those sumo costumes.
No jokes.
So I think someone ran the London Marathon in one of those.
One of the dudes who finished probably top 10
Yeah.
ran in jeans.
I saw that on Instagram.
He was sopping wet.
But were they the jeans with a lot of tears in them?
They were loose fitting jeans,
Ah.
but they,
I'd
They
be
were
more impressed
jeans.
if someone ran it in skinny jeans.
Hold on.
caused some real friction.
Yeah.
Jeans is just not impressive enough.
I mean,
It's
listen,
such a fucking half. Someone ran the London Marathon in ski boots, bro.
that's true.
Now, what does jeans really
But this is
impress
just
you
a 10K.
enough?
But did they finish top 10?
No, but I don't think that dude. I don't think that dude could walk for like 4 weeks afterwards.
Apparently, he said the worst thing was trying to get them off.
Yeah,
His feet would probably be bloody.
Yeah.
yeah. Those boots must have
Yeah,
been
I
full
don't know.
of
Just
blood.
jeans seems like he wanted to try and do something.
Well, I
impressive.
mean, it's by the sounds of it, he was still the most extravagant guy there. So it obviously.
There
didn't
was
take
a guy
lot.
who was running in a Batman costume.
Oh, there we go.
Then there was a couple of CSD people there.
but that's fit for performance.
Well, the same guy that I saw.
Maybe. But then he wasn't naked.
Okay.
Just like nipple, what's it called? Nipple tape.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like a fishnet
Okay.
vest. Yeah.
It would be funny if some people from someone's a bit too fucked up from CSD and
Takes the wrong
maybe
turn.
takes the wrong turn and all of a sudden he's fucking wired on some
And it's like,
acid and he's like,
why has everyone started running? And where have the trucks gone? And they just joined the race.
We need to catch up with the trucks, man.
God. That would. I think the chances of that happening are a little bit higher than we would think. To be
Yeah.
honest,
And then he wants to really be at the front of the.
We should redirect some people next year.
is it performance enhancing to be on a lot of ecstasy?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's like unconfirmed drug use by one of our cricketers.
Oh, true. Yeah, he was just having a bit of fun.
He was just having a bit of fun in Cape Town there.
I was going to make a really bad joke. Speed.
I thought you like, yeah, never mind.
Anyway, moving on.
All right. Dom, what about you, eh? Other than your round of golf, you said you wanted to work on stuff on the golf course.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, struck the ball really nicely. I didn't put a good score together.
Okay.
I turned to Klaus on I think about the 13th hole, and I said, "You know what, Dom? It would actually be so much better if I didn't care about my score ever because I was so relaxed because
Yeah.
I literally just went out to hit the ball at the hole."
Nice.
But yeah, it did work. Some good ball striking. I'll try and get to the driving range. I've got that feeling now that summer's ending. So I don't know why, but it's really hit me now, and I'm like, shit.
Unfortunately, I mean, summer's not ending. We don't have to be dramatic,
No.
but like, you notice if you get up early, like it's not as bright outside as it used to be. There
Yeah.
could also be this terrible weather we're having, but like,
It's also a month on from summer solstice, right? So
Yeah.
it
So
is
it
getting
is-
darker quick sooner.
Yeah, so I'm on like that. Okay, got to get as much golf in as possible.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at it now. But it was good.
where are we at on building our own golf simulator one day?
I need the right real estate for that first.
Yeah.
The ceilings need to be high enough.
Yeah.
This
Because
is perfect, actually.
This would be ideal, yeah.
well, yeah,
We might not have it for much longer.
it's true. We'll see.
It's a legal ongoing matter, so we,
Yeah, we
cannot
can't-
discuss it
We
online.
can't comment on legal situations.
But yeah, no, everything. I think my observations were also tied to sort of CSD and
Yeah.
feeling no need at all to go to it. Probably because been so much and
I think had you been there, you would
No,
have
of
enjoyed
course,
it again.
of course.
Because I also beforehand had no desire to go, and then once I was there, I was like, oh, this is actually always such a good time.
yeah.
But I also think it's because none of us were really like you were most probably not going to go because of your leg. You weren't so keen. So then when you weren't keen, I was like, well, I'm not going to go by myself. And then so there's
then
never
things
like
just
this
developed.
like,
No.
okay, it's coming up. We're going to go together. It's going to be a vibe. You know, there's no build up to it.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot to get me away from a golf course, to be honest.
Well, listen, you golf a lot, and sometimes you also just have to, mix it up a little bit.
True. That's true.
I was actually going to come along, but I'll get out there soon again,
Yeah.
just to do some practicing. Right.
That's it.
I think we've entertained the people with our mindless chatter for long enough. Again, I'm not a racist who wants to send people away from this country. Unless
they're a terrible
DJ.
I was actually asked yesterday at a braai that I went to. They're like, "So when are you going back?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "No, are you ever going to leave?" I was
Can you imagine if someone asked that to a person of color?
I was like, I'm allowed to stay here.
Listen, I once asked a guy what his heritage is, and that got me into a lot of trouble. So,
Forgot about that.
that was my early days here in Germany, and I didn't realize that people, in South Africa, we celebrate. If someone says, "Where are you from?" it's because I'm interested here. It's apparently you want them gone. That's not my intention.
It's true. You've learned since then.
I was fucking horrified. I was.
God, I've forgotten about
But
that.
I've quickly turned in from like feeling guilty myself to being like, don't be ridiculous, man.
Yeah. So anyways, we're knee deep in it now. Thanks for listening. Give our rugby episode at the beginning of the week a listen. And otherwise we'll see you again next week. Thank you.
Just
Arrivederci.